And as I said before, here's my part on the song. Now, I would go on and on in my review talking about how much I hate these songs. Nothing has changed. I still hate these songs. Why? Because, well, there are just too many of them. We don't need all these songs. I know it's based off of a musical, but I don't even think this musical has that much. I mean, Jesus! I mean, pretty much every single word that they say has to have a song involved or attached to it. Like, even if they were just say hi to someone, they'd just be like, oh yeah, let's sing about why. Because we have to. Because we're in a musical. But them being in a musical does not mean that they have to sing constantly. I mean, all I saw throughout this film was some good effects, some good cinematography, and songs. Just tons of songs. Like, there was only one character that could not get throughout this whole film without singing, that could get out through this whole entire film without singing. Okay, well, there were two, but one of them hardly even spoke. It was the two giants. And they're hardly in this movie. That's a bad sign. Whenever you have characters that hardly stop singing. And like I said before, the baker doesn't sing that much. But when he does, I want to pound them all into the ground. I don't care if they got nominated for Oscars. I don't care if people like this movie. I think that these songs are the biggest problem. Now, I know I'm yelling about this. I don't know if you guys can tell because my volume's always pretty low, but I'm yelling about this. But, Joe, I just hate these songs. And the annoying thing is that some of the stuff can just be said. Like, half of the stuff that they say in these songs can just be spoken. Like, there's even a moment where they sing about, oh, hey, we can go together, we can walk together through the woods. I'm like, you guys had you have one more day to do this. Aren't you guys gonna kind of use that well instead of sing? I mean, seriously, if they didn't just randomly break out in musical numbers, then they probably would have gotten this film done a whole lot faster. But, of course, they had to break out into musical numbers, which I find is totally pointless. Now, if you enjoy those songs, good for you. But, for me, I hate them. I hate how they get in the way of the plot, they don't have that much to offer to the story, and they just make these characters weak in personality. It's like these characters are just relying on song. Which would be good if they didn't have so freaking many. I mean, I could play a game during this movie. Actually, yeah, while you watch this movie, if you click on the link that I put in the description on my part 1 of it, click that link if you want to. I'm putting speakers at one point because you're gonna need those, trust me. Because after, like, while the witch is singing to Rapunzel, then the volume will start going down and then it'll come back, and it'll just do that for a moment, so just pause it whenever that happens and get out some speakers. I'm just letting you know that, but okay, while you watch that movie, play a game. Yeah, play a game called Let's Count How Many Songs There Are. I'm telling you, you might get to 100. And if you think that I'm just dwelling on this, I'm not. Because if you watch this film, you will see there are tons of songs. I know I'm going on and on about this, but there are too many. They don't need these many songs. I mean, on its own, it would have been fine if they only had songs like every 20 minutes or something. And considering that they got like a 2-hour-long movie here, that'd be perfectly fine. I would just be perfectly fine with that if they did that. But no, they have to make songs be going into this film 24/7. I just feel so bad for this songwriter. I mean, think about all the crap he had to go through. They'd probably be like, oh, hey, we want another song. Oh, please, God, no. I cannot write another song. Well, you got to. Okay. But, seriously, if you want to watch this if you want to see this movie, then fine. Watch it. I have the link in my other one. Now, I know I'm going on and on about this, but God, these songs just annoy me. And frankly, I don't know how they don't annoy anyone else. Because they go on and on forever. And it takes so long for them to stop singing. I mean, I get in the opening and at some parts when it's necessary, but there's only moments where the wolf is just telling Little Red Riding Hood just to stray from her path. I'm like, why can't you just say stray from the path? Just say stray from the path. It's that simple. You don't have to write choreography for this. There's no reason for it. There's no rhyme or reason. I know, I'm still dwelling on this, but God, I hate these songs. And some of these songs are actually played down pretty well, and the song where they're blaming everyone is actually pretty good and creative, but aside from those, I really hate these songs, because they just have no point. I could watch this whole entire film without the songs, and I mean, you can just buy the soundtrack and then you've got the film. Like, seriously, just like look online if you want after you watch the movie, and then look online and type in all the scenes where people talk in Into the Woods. It'll probably be like only 5 minutes. Now, I know I might be overreacting about this, but trust me, if you have seen this film, you know I am not. Even people that like this film, come on, you guys, you gotta admit that there are way too many of these. I wouldn't be so annoyed by it if there weren't so many of them constantly. But there are. So, yeah. My 1 out of 10 review on the songs? 1. A freaking 1. Why? Because they annoy me. If you haven't gotten that from this, they annoy me. I know I'm dwelling on this, but oh good God, I just hate these songs. They have no progression for the film. I mean, sure, some of them do, but you can just... half of them are just like something that you can just say. Actors, just say it. Just say what you want to do. Then the film will be shorter. And the bad thing is, these songs, half of them I can't even understand. No, it's not just because the volume goes down sometimes. No, it's because these actors are just like trying to make sense of it while they're singing it. It's like, wait, what? Why are we still singing? We don't need to sing this much. It's like they were even questioning why they were singing this much. And it makes no sense, especially during the second half, which I have said I liked, but in the second half, they're trying to get away from a giant. Why sing during that half? You're trying to get away from a giant. You don't want to hear you. So what do? Oh, sing as loud as you can. Yeah, that makes sense. But like I said, 1 out of 10 on the songs. So, all in all, do I still want to leave the woods? Yeah, I still want to leave the woods. Because the woods had nothing to offer me. aside from characters that have little to no personality, aside from being generic and overused, and just far too many songs for you to actually think about the real story and take appreciation to the cinematography that they're doing and how much money went into this. I mean, I bet that there was tons of money that went into this project, but when you've got annoying song on top of annoying song, you can't focus on how good this film might have been in the long run. So, all in all, I give the film in total a 3 out of 10. Because I just cannot stop thinking about those annoying songs. I'm sorry, but they constantly ignore me. They constantly annoy me, and if you like them, then fine, that's fine, but For me personally, I could watch this whole entire film without them. That's it for my review right now. And next week, and yes, I'm going to be reviewing films I'm going to be doing videos on Saturday now, because for me Saturdays are easier. Or on Mondays or on Fridays. So those are like the 3 days you will most likely see me posting videos. But I might be posting some videos in between, I don't know. So, if you like the songs, then fine. If you can make it through it, but still, play the game, try to count how many songs there are. You might run out of paper. Like, just get a little piece of paper, do a little tally number of how many songs there are. And then do a little tally number of how many conversations there are. Because I'm telling you, it's gonna be hard. And if you like stuff like that, then knock yourself out. And my next review will be about a film that I really despise. I mean, this film is this is a film that I despise. This is possibly the worst film I've ever seen. This film is called LeBoo. Next week.